YouTube. So what's going on? Look, JP Richmond, I'm back here with another video. I just wanted to come on here and explain, catch up a little update on what's going on in the business or whatever, right? So as far as like the dispatch company goes, the first approach was basically coming into the market as a dispatch company, and that was my position in the market, right? What I found out was a lot of people are not acceptable to working with dispatchers. They hear the word dispatcher, they get turned off, they get aggravated, they don't want to hear a conversation, etc. I do not like even my sales reps getting treated like that over the phone and things of that nature when it comes to the approach, so, or just the call. And I know people in the trucking industry, getting phone calls and stuff is a stressful business. You're always busy, there's always something to do. So the last thing you want is a sales call. So I understand that. So look, I was like, let me switch the whole dynamic of the situation. I just need you to sign this carrier packet and agree to give, a percentage of the loads we get you booked, right? For services. Problem with that is I'm now coming at the carrier or the fleet owner as, hey, I'm a dispatch company, blah 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 blah. We're not selling a dispatch company. I'm more so selling or getting them to sell why they should move the freight for me. Because the question that I'm posing is, do I have freight? Can you move it? And they're like, of course I could move it. I have X amount of trucks. I got this, that, and the third. You feel me? So that's what get them going. You know what I mean? That's what turn them on. That's what get them going. They receptive to that type of prompt or information. So they hear money at that point. They hear opportunity. So that's when they start telling you about their business. Why they couldn't tell you about my business when I had dispatch company? I'm telling you I could get you loads or whatever, but you don't need me. But I come at you like this. I'm the same person, I'm the same entity. I'm coming at you as far as like I got freight. Can you move it? Simple. Yeah, I got my MC. Okay, send me your MC article, or organization, your certificate of insurance, your whole nine, right? Sign our carrier packet. Then boom, now I could book loads and stuff like that, get logistics set up, get my team on it to go ahead and get stuff booked, and you can do rate cons and a credit card authorization form. That way we could bill you every week for the loads we got you booked. Simple. But it's gotten to a point to where the expectation is not really there from the front end, so we getting people on the front end as far as like they wanting to submit their documents and stuff like that to get access to this freight, but there's a miscommunication along the way when it finally get to the back end team and they trying to deploy dispatch and stuff, and they're having it misinterpretations like, wait, hold on, what's or what's this fee or whatever the case may be. So that's what I'm trying to work out right now. I'm trying to get it's like boom, we crushing it on the front end with that whole like tactic on that front end, but on the back end it's biting us in the ass because nobody's getting loads booked. They submit their documents, but they're not getting no loads booked because they're confused with what's going on by the time they get to dispatches and stuff. So now it's at a point to where I gotta tighten up the communication and reposition this to where expectations are met all the way up front. Freight operations, I still don't want to say nothing about dispatch. You know what I mean? Like, I want to take that word out of the vocabulary when I'm in this marketplace for real, because it's really a freight operation. I don't want somebody to treat me like just a regular dispatcher, one person show. Like, no man, this is a team. Like, bro, I got a back end team of people that's other dispatchers that's ready to do dispatch work and communicate loads being booked and stuff like that on our end. So yeah, man, a bunch of support too, even when it comes to compliance and things of that nature. rate negotiations, 24/7 support. You know, so that's what comes within that, you know, that fee that we charge, which is 10%. Now 10%, you know, that might be a very on the high end, but you know, they got people charge up to 12%. And for freight operations, you know, my dispatch team do charge clients 20% for just to manage a whole freight operation. So 10% ain't that bad when you look at it like that, you know. So then it also is like a cost, but it's like, bro, we enhancing your business. You understand what I'm saying? You can focus on trucks, you can focus on scaling your business, getting more trucks, because you always know that back end team gonna get your trucks moving and fulfilled. They're not gonna be sitting still, correct? And whatever you can do by yourself, we're most likely going to do more than what you ever could do with your business by yourself. So if you used to making 6K a month, we're gonna have you making 10K. I mean, 6K a week, we're gonna have you making 10K a week or more, you know, better than what you was making before working with us. So yeah, that 10% is coming out of money that we didn't increase your revenue, right? And we just want our little cut. That's it. So yeah, that's the business. But you know, that's it for the video today. I'm gonna keep y'all updated, but it's just communications right now, man. Communications, getting that front end and that back end all the way in sync. And once that's in sync, we're ready to go. But you know, I got a couple referrals from, you know, some factoring companies, box trucks and stuff like that. They said they're gonna send some semis my way. But you know, the box trucks are an exception, as long as they, you know, very receptive to communication and committed to, you know, working with us, and very responsive. Because with a box truck, you can't miss opportunities. Like, you know, they ain't as plentiful as reefer trucks, dry vans, and flatbeds. You know, there's loads by the ton. Like, you feel me? So yeah, man. So that's just what's going on right now at Everlane Logistics. So look, I'm gonna keep y'all tuned in, tapped in with everything that's going on. Hopefully next week we get, you know, a lot of loads booked and we making some money, and then we talking revenue. So that's where we at with it. Till next time, JP Richmore signing out.